For a hugely import-dependent country as Nigeria, these are very tough times for investors that rely on imports to keep their businesses running. Accessing vital foreign exchange for their overseas business transactions has never been as difficult as it is at the moment. Scarcity of forex has reached an all-time high in the country. The bulk of Nigeria's foreign exchange earnings come from oil, but with the price of the commodity tumbling drastically, Nigeria has seen its forex earnings shrink badly, putting enormous pressure on the country's currency and its foreign reserve. In response, the country's central bank introduced stringent forex control measures, banning 41 items from accessing forex through the official window and rationing the sale of dollars. It also stopped commercial banks from holding any part of their shareholders' funds in dollars and barred a number of BDCs from access to forex. Despite all of these measures, demand for forex is still high and the naira continues to trade badly at the unofficial parallel market.
It has a cost panic in the foreign direct investment space. A lot of businesses, foreign businesses, have been moving out their funds, so you'll be having a lot of capital flight. Now, it has reduced confidence in the economy.
Local investors say the CBN forex control measures have now cost them over $700 million in losses over the past 6 months as a result of stalled business activities. They are now mounting pressure on the government to ease the restrictions.
The CBN has fixed an exchange rate which it doesn't have the supply capacity to meet, or which the market doesn't have the capacity to meet. The exchange rate is clearly far below the equilibrium exchange rate. So what that has caused is that it has escalated demand and also reduced supply. The way out is to allow the exchange rate to be determined as much as possible by the market fundamentals. Allow the supply and demand fundamentals to determine the price.
But the CBN is not buying any of that, at least for now. Commercial banks have also been hit by the forex scarcity. A recent report by a local investment firm said Nigerian banks are now struggling to meet $5 billion foreign exchange obligations to importers and correspondent banks because of their inability to access forex from the CBN. The situation has now compelled most of them to stop their customers from using their ATM cards abroad.
What the central bank should do is to introduce some guided deregulation of the foreign exchange market and allow inflows and outflows into the economy. Today, what we're doing, we're shutting down all means of outflow and therefore shutting out all possible inflows other than proceeds from sale of crude. And unfortunately, the country cannot sustain its consumption, foreign consumptions, only on the strength of inflow from sale of crude. So you need alternative additional sources of inflows. And those sources of inflow could come from foreign portfolio investors, foreign direct investors, who have now been shut out of the economy because we are trying to manage the reserve.
The CBN has made it clear that it is not contemplating any devaluation of the naira and that its forex restrictions will still be in place until the country's foreign earnings improve. But if the IMF forecasts that oil prices might drop to as low as $20 per barrel in 2016 holds true, it might become very difficult for the CBN to maintain its stance, and we might see a further devaluation of the naira. Deji Badmo, CCTV, Lagos, Nigeria.